Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Boxing. We're back again with another one. We got this weekend recap for you, some news and notes, cover some of the news and notes from this past week, and then we're gonna talk about this fight week. You know what I'm saying? For some good fights. Last night, the Matchroom show was fire, so we're gonna touch on everything. Salute to everybody coming through the building. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Yeah, man, much appreciated. Salute to the playback as well. I appreciate all the support, man. Y'all keep it pushing, keep it going. I see you in the chat. My man Appleton LD in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. My bro Mike in the building. What's good with you, bro? My man Mike, salute. Yes, sir. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. Tap in, join to the conversation, drop your comments, man. It's all welcome. All right. So we're gonna go back to Friday, February 27th. So we had a DMG Boxing. So they like a local promotion down in Southern California. They've been pretty active too. So they had this card. I watched it on Amazon Prime. Like low key, they be showing a lot of fights live on Amazon Prime. All you gotta do is tap in, search live boxing. I seen like 3 or 4 cards, like under the radar cards, but they was on Amazon Prime. But we had a headliner, Terry Washington. He was facing. It was supposed to be a step up in competition. He fought Udell Reyes. Reyes, he been in the ring with Oscar Collazo right before he became world champion. Collazo stopped him, and Friday night, uh, Terry Washington, he got the second round stoppage win. He's kind of like an anomaly because, what I'm saying, having a black fighter fighting at 108 pounds, we don't see that. You know what I'm saying? But this kid Washington, 7-0. Look, he look like he got a bright future. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just keep grinding for him. And he's gonna stay active. He's with DMG, so that's the promoter that won the purse bid for Brandon Adams versus Kevin Ajaku, IBF final eliminator. So maybe he'll hop on that card April the 18th. It's in Vegas. So that's what's up. I like to support the local shows, man. So yeah, had to bring that to the table. Pro Box Friday night. Pro Box is always dope. Had a bunch of young guys on the undercard. The main 2 fights, we had Edward Vasquez came back. So even though last year he came up short in the title fight against Espinoza, so he had 1 fight since then, and this is his second fight back. He looked real good. Looked solid. He always been a solid technician. Never really been known for having a good power, but he showed a lot of power in this fight. He broke down his opponent and stopped him. So Vasquez is back. Like, he's a formidable opponent, and if he can make 126, he's good there. And also 130, where he was campaigning at on Friday. He's a solid fighter that's gonna bring it. When you fight Vasquez, you're gonna have to bring a lunch pail. You know what I'm saying? Nobody overwhelmed. Only person overwhelmed him was Espinoza. Everybody else had life and death situations. So salute to him for coming back. He fought in his hometown on Pro Box, and that was good. Oh yeah, yep, that's a good one, bro. That's a good one. Yep, Madaleno. Yep. He's with them. Yep, I can see that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Main event: Ruben Aguilar versus Louis Lopez. Actually, it was a solid fight, but Aguilar was just a little bit way too tricky, and the power started to come through fruition. He started to bust up Louis Lopez, who was game and tough, and was landing some good shots here and there. But Aguilar, long and rangy, he was switching southpaw back and forth, and he ended up getting a stoppage. The corner stopped the fight. So Aguilar, he moves on. He's a welterweight, undefeated, action-packed fighter. He's going to make for great fights. You put him in with the right opponent, and he's gonna always be in great fights. So another good card in the books for Pro Box. You know what I'm saying? I think they got like 3 or 4 cards in March. So we're gonna cover that like we always do. So yeah, real high on Pro Box. All right, Saturday we got a Queensbury show. Um, they had the prelims on YouTube. If you guys missed it, go back and tap in with a bunch of that young guys. Um, we had McCormick, Luke McCormick. He got the win over Kane Gardner. Senior got the win. The failed kid. That was a fun fight with him and Cartwright. You know what I'm saying? Main event, we had Owen Cooper versus Ursay. Man, Ursay, I seen him fight a couple of times. Under the radar, he has fights on the zone. You know what I'm saying? He's solid. He boxed real well. He was in control of this fight. You know what I'm saying? And then like after the sixth round, he got tired. It looked like he slowed down, but he was able to catch his second win and able to get the victory. So good win. You know what I'm saying? He got the British and Commonwealth title. That can lead to some domestic fights on in the UK. I seen Echo Usman was there. Maybe that's an opponent for him if he want to continue fighting. But I'm not sure if he's world level, but he do got world level skills. But he can't fight the top guys in welterweight. And people might say welterweight is a division that's down right now. But he can't fight like that. My man Ursay can't fight like that against the guys like Karen or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't fight like that against Raul Curiel. You can't fight like that against him. You can't have a subpar gas tank. So he can go back to the drawing board and get that gas tank straight. But he dominated the fight, I thought. Cooper came on strong, but it was just too little too late. So Ursay got the win. My man Gollum, he got a stoppage win, body shot against Melvin Lopez to win the WBA final eliminator at 130. So, let's see. Let's see if he can actually get a world title shot. But he's a good looking fighter, strong, got a lot of knockouts. So salute to him. Some late news. We got Jahad Tucker. He got a 6-round stoppage over Alakale in that fight. He was in control. He got a point deducted for hitting low. I think it was like in the third or fourth round. But Tucker was in control. He dominated and got the stoppage win. So I like Jahad Tucker. Well, we know he turned down Yo-Yo Hernandez, but I think that's a fight that still can get revisited, or he can get another opportunity. We know we can't say Jahad Tucker is a dog. I mean, you can't. Excuse me. You can't say Jahad Tucker is a duck based on how much of a dog he is. He'll fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? And he was in. He always been against it. This might have been his softest touch since he been a pro. Just being honest, Top Rank really matched Jahad Tucker real tough. So I like him though. Middleweight division pretty much wide open. Janibek is suspended. He's going to come back and keep his titles, which is crazy. We got Adamas and Ammo. You know what I'm saying? These guys can make a move. Jahad Tucker, Amari Jones, those guys can make a move in the middleweight division. We got to see what Troy Osley going to do. I'm thinking Troy Osley may. I know he's a free agent. Maybe he go holler at Zuffa or somebody. I don't know. But yeah, so that was some late news. Under the radar, Jahad Tucker got a stoppage win. He said, Hernandez is a good fighter now. He's a good fighter. I think he got to be top 3 in the middleweight division. No, he's a monster. I'm with you. PGH Big Dog, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Yeah, I like Yo-Yo. He got a tough. He should beat Goucher, but Goucher gonna give him some solid rounds. All right, so up in upstate New York, we had Elijah Pierce versus Paro. I seen Cromel Moten on the card. He has a second round stoppage. He looks strong, solid, but he was fighting at welterweight. He's too small for welterweight. You know what I'm saying? Short, like he's short. He's like 5'4" or something. Well, if he was to campaign at 147, I don't know. That might not be advantageous for him. Maybe I think 35 might be his weight if he can be committed. But he looked good though, strong, got the stoppage. Bryce Mills, he stopped Green. He was in control the whole fight. He was the hometown favorite, and he got the win. He called out Emiliano Vargas at General. He called him out. Emiliano Vargas. Mills called out Vargas after the fight. So maybe that's something they can do down the line or next. Main event, man. This was a domination. My man Elijah Pierce got destroyed. What been in play in his previous fight definitely came out in this one. He get hurt early. He's not defensively responsible early, and he got clipped in the first round, but he didn't go down. He was hurt, and then the second round, bro, that shit was nasty. He wasn't protecting himself. He was getting hit with a bunch of shots unprotected. It was a nasty knockout. Parra, like I was saying, Parra is a strong puncher, and he been in with tougher competition than Elijah Pierce. So this is, I mean, recently he been fighting tough competition, and this fight been postponed because Elijah Pierce been getting sick. You know what I'm saying? He pulled out twice. He pulled out this fight twice due to an illness. Maybe he's struggling to make the weight, but that was a bad look. And like I was saying in my preview, my pre-gaming show, I was saying that Elijah Pierce is too talented as a fighter to be getting the hit so much early. You know what I'm saying? He's too talented. You know, he was stabbing to the body and he was doing well there. He was taking it to the body, but he stood in the pocket too long. He probably should have kind of just boxed a little bit more and banked some of those rounds. Then when the guy slowed down and lose some of his strength, then you know what I'm saying. But he was getting hit flush from the opening bell. So salute to Power. This is supposed to be like a WBO eliminator. You know, Elijah Pierce is number one in the WBO, not no more. So let's see if Power takes that spot. If they actually order a mandatory with him and Espinoza. If they did, that would be a fun fight. I like Espinoza though. But yeah, man, shit like this happened. It was a writing on the wall with Elijah Pierce getting hurt in his previous fights, and it came to the head last night, and that was a bad knockout. So hopefully he's good. He can come back. I knew Pierce was going to get KO at some point. Didn't think Power, man. I thought Power had a chance because you know those guys from the Central America, those guys can punch. And I seen Power give Omar Trinidad a tough fight. So you know, yeah, it was a matter of time, bro. Like you said, at some point, yeah, for sure. All right, Matchroom, man. This is a fun card. It didn't show the prelims. Maybe they'll show the prelims later on the Matchroom YouTube channel. But Arturo Cardenas, yo, he got a gift decision against Jordan Martinez. Jordan Martinez won that fight pretty clear, bro. Probably like 7-3, maybe. Real clear to me. He was a hometown favorite. They scored it a draw. Let's see if they run it back. Uh, yeah, that dude Martinez is crafty, real crafty, smart, fast. You know, and Cardenas didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. So yeah, salute to Martinez. We had another mild upset. Uncle Abel Ramos, he beat Tamir Smalls. It was a battle, two halves of the fight. The first half, it was all Smalls. First four rounds, he dominated. Used his height and reach, the jab, shoot the occasional right hand down the pipe. Then, like, I don't know if he got tired or I think it was more so Abel Ramos was investing in the body. He was landing a lot of hard body shots that kind of took the gas out of Tamir Smalls. And then Abel Ramos won the last 6 rounds. It wasn't a hard fight to score. I've been saying this on my social media, this, you know, in conversations. Abel Ramos is the biggest puncher at 147. I know it's kind of hard to believe, but if you watch him fight, pound for pound, when he hits somebody, he hurting them. You know what I'm saying? He done hurt everybody he been in the ring with. He don't let his hands go. So if Uncle Abel would have started after the second round, I see the first 2 rounds because this guy is long range and he can punch. You gotta be careful. If he would have started maybe at the third round and pick it up like he did in the sixth or the fifth, he probably could have got a stoppage, yo, because Smalls was fading quick. You know what I'm saying? Like he was fading down the stretch, and I think maybe he would have started a little early. He could have got a stoppage. And for a guy like Uncle Abel, who got like 3 draws and he got a lot of close decision losses and stuff like that, it probably been more better for him to step it up. But he's a veteran, he's experienced, and his game plan worked. And he almost stopped Buddy. He was hurting Tamir Smalls too. And that was a good win. He needed that win. A lot of inactivity for Uncle Abel. You know, coming up short against Barrios. I remember he lost to Ugas in a competitive fight. So maybe this is his ticket back to get a big fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll call him for another big opportunity. Salute to him. Martinez won that fight for sure, bro. I thought he won. I picked Ramos to win. He had been man. Salute to you, bro. Good pick. I hope you won some bread off that. I was thinking Tamir Smalls can outbox him and be I wasn't banking on his gas tank like that. But yeah, I told you if Uncle Abel, if he let his hands go, bro, it's a different fight because that dude ain't been there with nobody with that power as a pro. Emiliano Vargas versus Augustine Quintana. That was a good fight. Quintana did what he supposed to do. He came and tested the young Vargas, gave him a tough fight, the toughest fight of his career. He was getting touched up, but I like how the general. I like how he responded, bro. He responded real well. He was taking it back to him. He switched southpaw, would land some good shots. And he started to break down Quintana, but Quintana is tough as hell. Now, if you don't believe in your prospect, you don't match him up with Quintana, bro. You got to make sure you believe and you think that he's ready. And I think Top Rank believe Vargas is ready to make a push. Man, he got to stop his win. My man's eye was cut real bad, swollen up real quick. So I like Emiliano. He's a good fighter. He's gonna be a star. And the way they've been moving him, he's definitely hitting in that way. He fights at 140. He said he want to fight a former world champion. It's a lot of the. I mean, coming to mind is like Lipinets, Comey, Cambozas, Joe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who they're gonna give him, but this stay active, bro, because he's a real good fighter, and he's fun to watch. Cardenas seemed to have more impactful shots. I thought he was getting outworked in spots too. I thought he was getting outworked. Like the rounds that I remember in the corner they said he needed these last two rounds a knockout and so whatever. He actually got outworked those last two rounds, in my opinion. So he can go back to the drawing board, and hopefully, if they do a rematch, they come with a better game plan. Now, Berete versus Nunes, he said he's a former champ. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be the one though. I don't think they'll do that, Tyran. Um, they should. I when I was watching it, I was like, yo, they should. I want to see DB3 versus the Vargas Dynasty, 3-on-3. But yeah, if they gave him Keyshawn will win that fight. He can't give Keyshawn those same shots he was giving that kid. And that kid was countering him last night, and he was using a Argentina shoulder roll, and he was clipping Emiliano coming in. If you put Keyshawn in that spot, I'm not sure Keyshawn fuck around and get a stoppage. I don't know. We don't know. That's a different level. But if you think that's the one, shit, I like Keyshawn. Yeah, he's nice. Yeah, nice, tough. Yep. He got star making qualities though. Salute to him. I like him. I'm thinking more so like when he said former world champion, I'm thinking somebody like maybe Richard Comey, maybe Lipinets who is still around. Guys like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking something like that. Maybe Baranchek. But yeah, Keyshawn is a step. That's a big step. Navarrete and Nunes, this was one sided. One sided. They kind of started off a little slow because Nunes was boxing. The first 4 rounds, he was just moving and boxing. Wasn't really doing too much. Teach, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Wasn't really doing too much, but then when Navarrete was winning all those rounds, and y'all already know how Navarrete get down. Once he get that first uppercut in, it pretty much he got you. And he dominated Nunes. Now Nunes was tough, and he brought it, and he tried hard, but Nunes was just clipping him. And then Navarrete was clipping him on the way out, on the way in. He was fighting on the inside, fighting off the back. His back was on the ropes. He was just dominating the fight. And then the eye went. Once the eye went, it was getting dangerous in there because he couldn't see a lot of those shots. And Navarrete got the stoppage win. So he's unified at 130 pounds. Picks up the IBF along with the WBO. And he's tough, man. Navarrete is always going to be tough. He said Navarrete looked in shape and very good in this fight. Now, he looked real good. Probably the best we've seen him in a couple of years, But he's a tough fighter because he don't do he don't do nothing like textbook. Everything is like just unorthodox. But when he started touching you, his best attributes is his reach, and he got good timing too. He's a tricky, unorthodox fighter. He'll give everybody in every style a tough fight. So yeah, salute to Navarrete though. What's next? He said a second unification so far this year. What was the first one? Man, I can't remember. Oh no, Xander and Baru. Xander and Baru. I got it. Xander and Baru. Top ranked fighters is doing real well this year. Xander, Navarrete, uh, Mortala, Shushu, Keyshawn. Yeah, they're doing real well. Salute to them. His uppercuts be very sneaky. Yeah, like he'll throw an uppercut, then he'll hit you with a right hand. Like he real unorthodox. He said, "Do you prefer Navarrete Foster, and Ford?" And I'm gonna tell you why. Because Top Rank ain't been keen on making that unification. Foster been with them for about 2 years now. They ain't even thought about making that fight. I'd rather see Foster and Ford to me. Because that's the one they want to make, and I think it got a little bit more storyline. Now Navarrete and Foster is the bigger fight, and they got more on the line and more legacy and all that shit. But the one that's probably more intriguing is Foster and Ford. They got a little bit more drama into it, so I'll take that. Because I know it seems like Navarrete probably don't want to go that route. He got options though. Let's see what he does. Now, the big elephant in the room is Charlie Suarez, and nobody's talking about that. So, of course, I like to bring that to the light because, excuse me, we know Suarez was supposed to get the rematch from their first fight. He should have been the champion, to be honest, but they worked something out where he took step aside to allow this unification to happen. So he should get his opportunity. You know what I'm saying? If we're being fair. And I can see now Rete, saying, going a different direction, trying to make a bigger fight. I can see that. But I do like for him to clean up that mess. You know what I'm saying? And if he's going to fight like he fought last night, he's going to stop Suarez. He's going to stop him. And he was actually in control of that fight. He got hit with a shot that actually cut him. That wasn't a headbutt. So we'll see. No, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I would take that. You know what I'm saying? Suarez is with Sean Gibbons. Sean Gibbons is working with everybody. So yeah, now I'm with that. That's cool. Yep, I take it. Get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe him and O'Shaquie Foster down. And then you still got because look, even with the WBA, they already working out their next fight. If you tapped in, Jazza Dickens is about to fight Anthony Kakashi. They just added Ryan Gardner to that undercard. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that for no reason because Ryan Gardner can headline his own shows, right? So that tells me the winner of Dickens and Kakashi in a couple of weeks, they'll probably face Ryan Gardner. So the WBA, they got shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So this opens a door for Navarrete to go ahead and get that out the way because basically Suarez is his mandatory. You know what I'm saying? So get that out the way, and then Shaki Foster fights or whoever he fight. If he fight Ray Ford, I'll take it. So yeah, man, let's go. Yeah, that's another one, another matchup. Filipinos versus the Mexicans. Ryan in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute T. Appreciate you coming through. So yeah, that's good though. Good for 130, yo. We needed a unification in that division. And Navarrete put on once again. Salute to him. All right, so we're gonna run down some news and some notes, man. Salute to everybody coming through the building. Hit that like button on your way in. Drop your comments, join to the conversation. And if you need to change the subject, feel free to do so. You know what I'm saying? We good. We talk all boxing. You ain't gonna throw me off. All right, so we got news that Robeisy Ramirez is a free agent. Him and Top Rank split. So I'm not sure what's the next move for Robeisy, who still, can do some things. He just gotta stay away from Espinoza. Because Espinoza is his kryptonite. But yeah, coming off a knockout loss to him. And we haven't seen him since. So, when we see stuff like this, the first thought is like, go sign with Zuffa. I don't know. I think there's other options out there. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him linked up with MVP. I think MVP would be a good move because they rocking with the they. I mean, I know he's Cuban, but they do a lot of shows in Puerto Rico and Florida. Maybe that would fit. You know what I'm saying for him, MVP. Maybe even Matchroom, but Matchroom, you know, they don't really got too much at 130. They got four at Nunez. Uh, so I don't know. I think I like MVP for him. You know what I'm saying? But maybe he go to Zufa. I don't know. But yeah, that was the news right there. His contract ended, so he decided to move on. All right, Willibardo Garcia, Andrew Maloney. So they go on the purse bids. So this basically eliminates the possibility of Bam fighting for undisputed next. Bam will probably have a comeback, a hometown fight in a couple of months, May or June for Bam in San Antonio. So these guys, I think the deadline is the 6th or the 9th, one of them days. So yeah, we'll see who wins this. Garcia, he's with Sean Gibbons. You know what I'm saying? He's with Sean Gibbons. And Maloney, I think he's a free agent. Maybe he's working with I know his brother is working with Tasman Fighters. So we'll see. This is not a big fight. This is an undercard fight. You know what I'm saying? So Maloney probably would have made more money taking a step aside to allow Bam. But the IBF, when they order fights, bro, they order them shits. This situation is basically the same situation as my next topic. Same situation. Barlow Garcia, Richardson Hitchens, they both pulled out of their their voluntary fights the day before the fight. It was a ring and a Riyadh season card. They both right after everything concluded, the IBF ordered that mandatory right away. So right here, they ordered Andrew Maloney for Garcia. Right here, they ordered Delgado for Hitchens. Same shit. The only difference is Hitchens is a black guy that talks shit, and fans don't want to see him lose. And he got the duck jacket on right now. So once fans label you as a duck, anything you do, they're gonna criticize it. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the homeless shelter, feed everybody, no cameras, no nothing, and they'll still talk some shit about it. So that's the difference. It's the same scenario as you guys see. It's just one guy get more heat. Nobody is talking about Willibardo Garcia. Y'all don't see no videos, got duck emojis, no stream y'all duck emojis for him. None of that shit. They go at Hitchens because he talks shit and he's a black fighter. That's just what it is. We don't got to sugarcoat no shit. So we know Hitchens pulled out of his fight, a big opportunity against Duarte. You know what I'm saying? And Duarte is a Robert Garcia fighter, and here's another Robert Garcia fighter, Adolfo Delgado. Now this one is an easier fight to me. Delgado I thought he lost his last fight against Venezuela, and he haven't really been looking good, bro. He's gonna have a lot of issues with Hitchens because he's not an aggressive, all action packed fighter like Duarte, who will throw caution to the wind and just gonna get you. He gonna trust his power enough to take two of yours so he can land one. Delgado gonna try to box and try to sit in the middle and try to. That's the wrong answer. A fighter like Hitchens, you gotta go press him out, and you gotta be very active and have a good chin. Don't get caught with nothing crazy, but you gotta press him out. And I don't see Delgado doing that. So let's see. Let's see if Hitchens actually keep the belt and campaign. But I think he has to because Hitchens is not a real big time name where he can just the belt. He need the belt. That's his credibility. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't have no belt, he wouldn't get no fights. He'd just be fighting regular old 140s, the top 50 of the 140, because he's not really a big name, not a big draw. You know, yeah, he's in the group with Keyshawn and Shakur and all those guys, but he kind of like on the backside. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't get in the back. So it's like he need that. What he got going for him, he has Keith Conley, and we know Keith Conley is like the best manager in the game. So we'll see though. If you can struggle to make the weight, I say just move up. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna end up. It's gonna be a detriment. You know. So we'll see. So the IBF did order Hitchens versus Delgado. I think Maxie Hughes is going to beat Pierce O'Leary. I don't know. That's a tough fight for him. That's a tough fight for Maxie Hughes going to 140, fighting that strong dude, trying to keep him up off of him. Yeah, that might be a tough fight. I like O'Leary. Now Red Tape been pound for pound. Okay, I ain't mad at that. I know a lot of people don't talk about that, but yeah, he been around. But he has some setbacks though that probably took him out that conversation. So I think he's a good fighter though for sure. JC, what's good with you, bro? Salute. He says, I hear you. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? He talk a lot of shit and he gotta accept it. He said that Delgado a bum. How does Robert Garcia feel about this? I don't know. I ain't heard. I said Hitchens got to go through RGBA twice to keep his belt. I mean, he didn't get through Duarte. You know, so he got past him, but he didn't get through him because he pulled out. But now he had to fight Delgado. So even if the title became vacant, well, would they accept Delgado versus Duarte being the same gym? So it is what it is. Man, TD in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. That's a good one. That's a good one. Uh, that's a good one, man. Oh, that's a tough fight. That's pretty much 50-50 because Dickens kind of turned the corner. I'm gonna say Kakashi edge it out. The Hitchens duck or what? I don't think he duck, yo. I don't think he duck. It's just when you put yourself out there, it's like if you hang around a bad group of people. You know these dudes, they rob banks, but you cool with them, and you always hanging with them, and you may not be doing it. You may not be driving a getaway car, but since you're affiliated and you got the jacket on, they're gonna put you in that group. Same thing with him. He got the duck jacket on right now. Dub, I'm unbiased. I call it duck a duck. I'm with you. Are we getting Hitchens and Paro again at 147? I mean, I don't know. We got some stuff to take care of to get to that point though, because Paro still has to beat Lewis Crocker. That's not just a given. Um, I'm guessing it could happen if Hitchens, but it's a short window. The IBF don't fuck around. They give you a short window to do a voluntary. So you got a little peep game on this one though. Liam Paro, his fight got postponed with Crocker, so they might not fight till the summer. And then by that time, they order a final eliminator, Karen versus Patty Donovan. So basically, right after Crocker and Liam Paro fight, they're gonna have a mandatory. So they will have a short window to do a voluntary defense. And if Hitchens decide to move up to 147 to kind of petition to fight Paro or whoever wins, he got a short window. Because like I said, the IBF don't mess around. So it could happen, bro. But like I said, it's a short window. Because the IBF, you have to defend your title. You have to fight your mandatory in 9 months. It's not a year. That's another misconception. And those 9 months go by real fast because fighters not that active like that. So you might fight one time in 9 months, and you probably have to fight your mandatory, and you have a certain time. That's what happened with Hitchens right here. He has to fight his mandatory. He had to fight his mandatory by March. So he won the title in June, right? No, he fought Cambosos in June. That was his mandatory, but you have to fight another mandatory in 9 months. So you got a short window. So basically, March is his 9 months, and he had to fight Delgado. So him fighting Duarte, they approved that because it was in February. But since he pulled out, then they gonna go order the mandatory straight away. So he can do it, bro. He just got they gotta make the deal like ASAP. All right, moving on. Katie Taylor, she announced that she's having a comeback homecoming fight back in Ireland to retire. So yeah, man, salute to her. Katie been one of the best in the game for a long time. I think she's number 2 pound for pound behind Carissa Shields. But still, Katie is great in her own right. She's noted for her 3 fights with Amanda Serrano. I thought she lost the first 2. This is me being honest. But Katie is a great fighter, been around for a long time, and changed a lot of stuff in women's boxing to make it is what it is today. Because she's like the pioneer of that shit. How that shit all got started. So man, she can fight anybody she want at 140. You know what I'm saying? She can fight Cyborg. You know what I'm saying? I don't care because she deserved to go out however she want to go out. It can be some easy money too. I don't care who it is. But knowing her, she'll probably want to fight like a big name or somebody that's real tough. I don't see her fighting Chantel Cameron. I don't see her fighting. I don't see her fighting Amanda. I don't even want to see that no more. I think that shit is already played out. I would love for Michaela to get the opportunity, but I don't see that. Maybe the weight is an issue. So we'll see. But that's good though. Good for her going out on her own terms, and she can sell out the stadium in Ireland and then ride off in the sunset. Y'all seen this announcement this week? Mayweather and Pacquiao, a rematch, a real fight. Let's say September the 19th in Vegas. The Spear. My thoughts on it. I'm not mad at it because I'd rather see two old heads fight each other than an old head fighting somebody 20 years, 15 years his senior. So I ain't mad at it. If those guys need to come back and fight, this is what they do. This is how they got famous by being a boxer. Like we don't know them from nothing else, boxing, and then boxing is the avenue for us to know them. Then when they do other shit, it is what it is. So I ain't tripping. I just hope they put the young guys on this undercard and they can get big opportunities. Pacquiao got a nice stable that he can put some of those guys on. And Mayweather Promotions, their biggest guy is Cormel Moulton. Definitely got to get on this card. And and the other guys, give them an opportunity to shine. That's all I ask for. You know what I'm saying? I don't really too much care about who wins or lose. It's just two old heads fighting to get money. That's how I see it. He said fight fix. Sure, might be. All right, this another one. They ain't really, that interested in, but Usyk is gonna face his kickboxing guy Rico Verhoeven. It is what it is. They fighting in Egypt. I want to see how that should look though. I do want to see that though. You know what I'm saying? How the different venue look fighting in front of a pyramid. But Usyk, he do what he want to do as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't trip off these guys fighting these type of opponents for a big bag because we know good and well if we was in that position, it don't have to be boxing. Anything that you good at in life. If they say, bro, you know how to collect baseball cards, bro. We're gonna give you an opportunity to win whatever type of money and you gonna collect baseball cards. Bro, you gonna do that shit. You don't care if you have to go against a 5-year-old, you gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I can't trip off of it. I just want to see the spectacle of shit. You know what I'm saying? Dudes fighting in front of a pyramid on some mummy shit. I want to see that. That's the part I want to see. Excited to get some new Mayweather content. Man, I'm cool. That shit played out. He like 5'5", fighting at welterweight. Oh man, if he step up, bro, he gonna have some issues. The height and reach, guys that know how to box, they gonna get him trouble. Z Pacino, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. I want to see who they put on this undercard. You know what I'm saying? All right, here's the Zuffa boxing roster that they dropped. I like this. I like that they dropped this. This is dope. And this is not a bad stable. When I look, let me take this banner off real quick. A lot of those guys are basically mid the road type of guys. You know what I'm saying? That was free agents and normally fights on the B side. So now, if you have a B side guy that fights in his hometown, he probably make like $500, and you getting a $4,000 sponsorship, bro. They taking that. You know what I'm saying? They don't mind making 50K, 15K. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most money most of these guys have ever seen. So this was a lot of this. And they do got some solid names though. Mark Masayo is an interesting name. Former world champion. Ricardo Salas, the welterweight. I like him. I like Merriweather too. They got Shane Mosley Jr., Bohachuk. You know what I'm saying? They got some alright guys. Sriracha. They got Ryo. So it's not really, it's not the worst stable you done seen. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely creating a league type of setting by signing these guys, and I think really they can do their own thing. All you need is maybe 10 to 12 guys in each division, and y'all can just round robin that shit out, and then you can crown your own Zuffa champion. So we'll see. So they signed Conor Ben. That's the big thing right there. We tapped in on that, and they got Jabataya. So that gives them credibility, and a lot of guys gonna start to go over there. I thought they signed Andy Ruiz, but maybe not yet. Maybe they're working on it. So, and they're not doing the junior and super divisions. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thought. These guys, if you like a tweener, if you fight at 130, are you ready to go to 135, or you want to campaign at featherweight? You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it. Keep him active. He said 35, 40. I think that's probably, yeah, that's his best thing. Did he have a full count? I'm pretty sure he did. He stay in the gym now. I just think I don't know, bro. To be honest, I don't know why he fought at 147. But I see him in the gym all the time. He got the same trainer as Michaela Mayer. His last fight. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's not dedicating himself. I guess if you know the opponent is trash, because they ain't been giving him good opponents. So I guess he's like, man, I ain't trying to make 135 to fight this dude. I don't know. All right, next week we got Jabataya versus Brandon Glenn. Man, take away the politics. This focus on the fight. This is a good fight. I don't see how this is gonna be a bad fight. Brandon Glenn is bringing that smoke, and we know Jabataya is vicious. He trying to sleep some shit. So Brandon Glenn ain't never been stopped. He been hurt and shit, but he never been stopped. This is gonna be a good one. If Jabataya fades late in fights, y'all, he do fade like 8, 9, 10. He be fading. If Brandon Glenn can keep his defense together, he may have some business now. We'll have to see. Ricardo Salas versus Jesus Sriracha. So this is basically like a pro box main event. It's gonna be the co-main, so I'm not mad at it. Palmer versus Rubio Jr. So yeah, I like Zuffa boxing because it's more boxing content for the fans. You know what I'm saying? You can whatever you want, however you feel about the politics behind it, and I like the way that show is ran. The commentary be on some bullshit, but I'm talking about the pace. You know what I'm saying? They don't. Once the fight is over, they do a little quick segment and then right to the next fight. I like that shit, bro. So yeah, this should be fun. This is for the cruiserweight title, the official Zuffa boxing cruiserweight title. Jabatai is #1 in the Ring magazine. That's who they represent. I mean, that's who they mess with. They mess with the Ring. We have to see if the IBF is still gonna be on the line. We're gonna find out this week because this is fight week. So yeah, bro, I like this fight though. That's a good ass fight. He said if Jai can't effectively clinch, she's in trouble. Ooh, bro, you may have a good ass point on that one. Yeah, yeah. The Brandon Glenn starts slow in fights too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it may be a tale of two halves. So yeah, but that's a good point, man. I appreciate that. That's a good point. It's cruiserweight is more popular now than ever before. No, you're right, bro. It's not a bad division. You know what I'm saying? That Zerto and Benavidez is definitely bringing a lot of light to it. Um, and this one, man, if it's a perfect world, the winner of this fight should fight the winner of um, Zerto and Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. This is dope though. But this is gonna be a good fight. I can't see it being a bad fight. Now Obitaya, now he do got a little boxing in his game. You know what I'm saying? He can, but he was an Olympian. We know he's trying to put people to sleep and go crazy right now. But he might dip into that boxing bag a little bit just to set some traps for Brandon Glenn. So we'll see. All right, moving on. March 14th, Barbosa versus Sims. I like this fight. You got Gabrielle Fondora defending her undisputed crown. Oscar Collazo, he defended his titles. Not a unification, just another title defense. At the Honda Center, Anaheim, California. So that's a solid venue. I went there for to what car was it? The car when Floyd Schofield stopped Tevin Farmer. Yeah, that shit was straight up in there. So yeah, but they also added this fight to the card: Alexis Rocha versus JoJo Diaz. You know what I'm saying? Not actually a bad fight. It's a pretty similar fight to Ben and Prograde, but I think this one's actually better. Rocha got a lot of questions, and I know JoJo is faded, but JoJo can make fight kind of tough. I don't see Rocha stopping JoJo. To be honest, I don't see it. I see Rocha boxing because JoJo is coming forward. He's tough. He got a solid chin. He only been stopped once. That's to Duarte. So we're gonna see. So it's a solid card though, from top to bottom. Sims versus Barbosa. You got the two champions unified. You got Oscar Collazo, Gabby Fondor making defenses. And this is a Southern California fight. Smart, because that's where you fighting at. So bring these guys fan bases together. Let's see. So March 14th, pretty solid card for Golden Boy. I got Sims, and Sims to win this fight too, man. I can see Barbosa be out there boxing and moving. And Sims, I just want him to fix his defense, but I think he should win this fight. The only thing I don't like about Sims, he got Coach K in his corner. Other than that, I fucks with him. March 21st, they just announced this, and this is dope that they're actually giving Ammo his opportunity to get the world title shot. So that's what's up. So Carlos Adames defending his WBC title against Ammo. They were supposed to fight January 31st, but Adames pulled out the day of the fight. Adames didn't get a lot of smoke like Hitchens did. Y'all see the difference, right? But they made this fight happen right away. It's gonna be March 21st in Orlando. That's dope. I still like Carlos Adames. If he's right, I think he beats Ammo. But Ammo was able to have a fight. He was able to still fight, and he got the win. And he can go right from that camp and that fight because it's kind of a quick turnaround. So Ammo basically did a fight and can probably hop right back into training camp. You know what I'm saying? So this what's up. I like this. I like that Ammo getting his opportunity, and I wish the Duarte would have got his opportunity too. But the IBF is different, so that's what's up. We got Omari Jones with an O, the Olympian. He's facing Gomez, so this might be on paper his toughest fight. Christian Gomez is pretty tough, but yeah, I like Omari Jones. He's solid. You know what I'm saying? So keep him active. He just fought in January. He right back in March. That's dope. And then I like this heavyweight right here, Terramona. He's fun. He's fun, entertaining, got good power, Olympian. Yeah, this is good. So a nice little card. It kind of came out the blue, March 21st. Adames versus Ammo. I like this. I like it. JoJo at 147. I know. I thought, man, what was his last fight at 47? He beat. I thought he beat Regis. Boss man, yeah, I like him. He can fight. Quick turnaround could be to his advantage. Maybe, bro. Maybe he's still in some shape. Uh, yeah, Coach Cunningham gonna have him right to the best of his ability. So hopefully, Ammo does well, bro. April the 11th, Tenshin Nakasawa versus I think future Hall of Famer Juan Francisco Estrada. Uh, they fighting a WBC final eliminator. So let's see, bro. Nakasawa, salute to him, bro. This bro don't fight Floyd Mayweather. He fight everybody, bro. Salute to him. Estrada is this is his last. This is sunset of his career. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. He going one more title run. So yeah, that's April the 11th. April 25th. This is Jacob Bank. Jacob Bank just his last fight, January 31st. He stopped William Skull. You know what I'm saying? He beat him pretty clear. This is a WBC eliminator. So the winner of this becomes the mandatory for Christian and Billy. So yeah, bro. Jacob Bank is a fun fighter. He's alright. You know, he's with Spencer Brown. Spencer Brown is the one. He's one of Turkey's right hand too, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's gonna work now. With I don't know, but yeah, but he gonna get opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Jacob Bank, Hamza Shiraz, they all with Spencer Brown. So yeah, bro, he's facing the African kid, Paulinus. Paulin, this guy right here, his name been floating around under the radar for years about being a future opponent for Edgar Berlanga. Like Edgar Berlanga was trying to fight him in Puerto Rico, and my man been in the rankings for a long time in the WBO rankings. So, but they fighting for a WBC eliminator, so we'll see. Jacob Bank is pretty solid at 168. Did you speak on? Yeah, I spoke on him earlier. Yeah, Navarrete had a great performance. Um, he's just so awkward, and that shit works for him. He's gonna be hard to beat because I just think he's the one fighter that fights off of flow. I don't think he really be having like no set game plan. He just be going with the flow. And once he started to hit you with them uppercuts, it's pretty much over. Um, I think Charlie Suarez should be next based on him taking step aside to allow the unification. And they had some controversy. I think he need to go clean that up. But if he can get the Foster unification, I'll take it. If he get the WBA unification, um, I think a big fight for him probably Espinoza. If Espinoza won't come to 130. Um, if that Red Tail won't go to 135 again, try that look. He got a lot of options though. You know what I'm saying? But I think the one he's gonna be stuck with is Suarez. I was at a JoJo Regis fight. I had Regis winning, but JoJo definitely a hard punch. I ain't never thought JoJo as a hard puncher. I think it was more so. Well, I mean, you was there, so I'm with you though, bro. But I felt like Regis, his punch resistance is gone now, bro. You remember Regis used to be like a iron chin guy. When you start getting touched up by guys that can't punch, yeah, we're gonna talk about that a little later. But I'm with you though, bro. He says punches sound loud as hell, bro. That's what's up. That's why it's different going to the fight than watching on TV. So that's the key part of that too. Salute to you on that one. What do you think about rumors of Eubank and Berlanga? Oh, I ain't mad at that fight. That's actually a good fight. Yeah, those guys should fight. Yeah, I like that, bro. I'm not. I hope it's true. I feel people count him out for a couple of losses, but dude said plenty of juice. Dude's gas. Yeah, it is, bro. Now Red said is something different. He said WBC been all over the place, but they're tell me about it. I don't know how much the mandatory matters. I feel WBO and IBF has been the ones following. Yes, that's true. Yeah, they have. The IBF ain't fucking around with their rules. WBO is more transparent. They'll work with you a little bit more. The WBA is kind of like Wild Wild West too. The thing with the difference between WBA and WBC, the WBA ain't gonna come on social media and do a million interviews, saying they doing this and doing that. They do all their dirt behind the scenes, and boxing fans just have to figure it out. The WBC do the dirt in your face and say you gonna accept it, and we don't care what you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all that shit is on some corrupt shit. Eubank wanted at 164. Edgar said, "Man, well, no fight then." Like to me, that shit don't make no sense to me. We just seen Eubank in two fights where he looked like he was damn near dead against Conor Ben, and now he want to do 164. That's if I'm Edgar, I want to take it because real talk, Berlanga might be better at 175. This dude been making 168 for a long time, yo. I think Berlanga probably need to go to 75. When he was in the ring with Canelo, fight night, this dude was like 193, 194. That's how much he rehydrated up to. So, man, I don't like that. But it is what it is. I get it. It got done to him, so he like, shit, I ain't fighting nobody without it. And you know what's gonna be funny? He might be struggling to make 64 too. That's just wild. But yeah. All right. So speaking of this, I mentioned a little bit. Conor Benn and Regis Prograis was announced for April 11th on the Tyson Fury undercard. Fury versus Makhmudov. You know what? This is a perfect fight for Conor Benn, making his way back down to 147. Perfect. You know, Regis is faded. His punch resistance is gone. If this was a couple years ago, I would like Regis, but I like Conor Benn. I think it might be destruction too. Early thoughts. The fight is at 150, so it's good. And when guys is trying to creep back down to a certain division, they want to get as close as possible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at that. That's okay. What I don't like is Regis Prograis training with K Corona. And like I give dude kind of some stick because I feel like he be sending guys in unprepared. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like okay, with Regis, Lubin, these guys, bro. Like when we see them in the fight with Joe, like the JoJo fight. How is JoJo every time he touched Regis, he buckling him? So okay, I get it. He's faded. Are you saying that in the gym? Because if you're not, bro, I can't. I can't see Regis going through a whole 8 week camp and he don't get buzzed and you don't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't correct it or try to fix the defense or anything. So that's the thing I have. I don't feel like he don't. I don't know. With in certain situations, he's not the best prepared for these fighters. Or be real with him, like bro, I would leave a train. I would leave a coach. Excuse me. I would leave a fighter if I know he was diminished. I don't want to send y'all there to get hurt, bro. So even with this fight, Conor Benn is gonna be all over Regis. He gonna feel like he's the bigger, stronger man. He gonna be all over Regis. He can't take no punches right now. That shit gonna be. It might be dangerous. Let's see. Let's see if Regis can wind back the clock because you gotta look. Sometimes this shit ain't rocket science. Like we seen Elijah Pierce. He been getting hurt and dropped by guys that wasn't a bigger puncher than the guy he fought last night. And what happened last night? Dude ran through him in 2 rounds. So we see the writing on the wall. Regis, ever since the Jose Zepeda fight, he haven't been taking punches well. You know what I'm saying? Was he getting hurt in the Jose fight and that diminished him? Because Zorilla dropped him. He been dropped in every fight since that Jose Zepeda fight. He been hurt, or he been hurt real bad, or he been dropped. So what that says, you know what I'm saying, there's right on the wall. And then you got Ben is a young, hungry, aggressive, ferocious fighter that feel like he's the bigger man coming off a lot of he got a lot of confidence right now. That's a dangerous fight for Regis for me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can talk me off the ledge, but I think Ben might clean him up about 2 or 3 rounds. If Ben doesn't KO Regis here, then Ben, man, the most overrated Brit in the modern day. Um, I don't know about that, but I do agree with you. He should get the stoppage in this fight. I do agree with that. I'm with you on this one. The signs have it's there, bro. It's there. Regis hasn't been Zepeda. Boom. There you go. He hasn't been right since Zepeda. And Zarella beat him, but they had the Haney fight, and Haney watched him. Who else he fight in between that? JoJo, man, I was watching. Man, JoJo was cracking that dude, hurting him every time. I was like, damn, JoJo got power now. My man said it's true. He was there live, so I'm gonna wrap up what my man said. But damn, that shit was crazy. He is just done, and that's okay. He's going to get slept against Ben, and I hate it. Yeah, I'm with you. Calorol too. Calorol, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Yep, Calorol is not a big punch. Ain't noted to be a big puncher, but yeah, he hurt Regis. Regis dropped him too, but yeah, appreciate that, bro. Thank you on that. Um, you know, Conor Benn, what he getting 15 million for Regis? Like I was saying earlier, bro. If y'all can get the biggest bag for something that you good in, you gonna do that shit too, and it can be easy as hell. Somebody be like, "Yo, turn on the light switch, bro. I'm giving you 2,000, bro. I'm turning on all the light switches. You feel me? That's easy money." So, um, bro, he signed with Zuffa. They said it was one fight. We'll see. But it looked like he won a campaign at 47. So him fighting at 150 is not like a big issue. And Regis, I thought Regis should have moved up to 147 a long time ago, man. A long time ago. I think he probably should have moved up after the Josh Taylor fight. Cause it was some shit for him at 47. You know what I'm saying? Because that was around the time when we was trying to figure out if Spencer Crawford was going to fight. He probably been a good name for Crawford if he would have came to 147 and got a little, what I'm saying, one fight or two, get used to it. And then, what I'm saying, he was in that type of conversation. Maybe even like a Sean Porter at the time. Like he could have been in the mix if he would have, but he stayed at 140. He basically been a career 140. So let's say this. Maybe Regis with the extra weight, maybe he feel a little bit better fighting at 150. You know what I'm saying? Because Regis, like I said, these guys when they've been in the weight so long and we see them at a new weight, they look like damn, they look real good. I think that might be the same thing for Regis. Let's see, but I think his punch resistance is gone though. 15 million and Regis moving up 10 pounds. Yeah, so yeah, I'm with you on that. That's the facts right there, though. But I feel like it's like an underlying thing to note about Regis been fighting at 140, a career 140 pounder. That's a great deal for Ben though. But I feel like maybe Regis may feel a little better that he don't have to make a weight. And I think that has a lot to do with his punch resistance, bro. You remember Regis did like a mock he did like a mock weight cut just to see how he was gonna feel, and he was looking fucked up in there. And he made 140 before he even have a fight coming up. He was like, "I'm gonna do a mock." I don't know if you guys remember that. So he probably needed to move up a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. It should be fun though. That fun. That fight might be fun. And Regis is what? What's his record in the UK? 0-2. Josh Kelly and Calderon. Okay. I like this one right here. They going to France on this one. Queensberry got a show coming up April 25th in France. Lawrence Okolie versus Tony Yoka. Bakari Samaki versus Emil. I forgot how to pronounce his last name. But I know him. I think he's Armenian. Southpaw. He can box a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He got decent power. But Emil, we're gonna say Emil. Bakari Samaki is an underrated guy at 154. Athletic. He's number one in the WBC, and this is the WBC eliminator. I like Samaki though. You know what I'm saying? This is an interesting fight. He's fighting a southpaw. Okolie versus Yoka. This one. I don't know. I think this is a fight Okolie should win, but I want to see how he wins because Okolie be having some ugly ass fights. You know what I'm saying? Yoka, he underperformed since being a pro, Olympic gold medalist. He just haven't lived up to his hype. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But they fighting in France, so it will do well because Samaki he do his own shows and he be doing sellouts. So you tag teaming him with Yoka, this gonna be a pretty should do real well. Should have a good atmosphere out there. So yeah, bro, I'm with it. And then they officially announced this or put the date out for Anyway versus Nakatani. So we knew this fight was happening. Well, they got it for May 2nd. So they're gonna look like they're gonna do early in the morning, May 2nd. You know what I'm saying? And May 2nd is a great day of boxing because we got Zerto and Benavidez. So I'll take it. So early in the morning we get Anyway and Nakatani, and then later on we get Benavidez and Zerto. So let's go. This is gonna be a fun fight. This is the last ride for Anyway at 122. Win, lose, or draw. Definitely if he wins, there's nothing left at 122, bro. Vacate your belts, bro. Go to 26 right now. Like go to 126 and fight one of those champions. He don't need no welcome to 126 fight. He's a pound for pound guy. Now, if he do it, do I understand it? Yes. but he's what 31, 32. He can go fight one of those champions, bro, right now. Anyway, a Shushu fight at MSG should do well. Hopefully, I mean, if they can get to that point. But he can fight any one of the champions at 126. Because, I mean, if he had a welcome to 126 fight with the money he's making, maybe it don't even cost for that. I don't know. But Nakatani has an opportunity now. You know, we didn't like how he looked in his last fight. He fought that tough Sebastian Hernandez kid. But he has an opportunity. And that was his first fight at 122. And he looked like the power didn't carry up. So let's see. I'm with it though. These are two top guys, down there in the weight classes. I think it'd be straight. I need Figgy, Shushu and Figgy, Espinoza and Leo. Man, let's go. I need that too. You speaking my same language, bro. I would pick. I like Shushu in a tough fight against Figgy, and I'm gonna take Espinoza. And I think Espinoza. My heart want to pick Shushu, but Espinoza I think is the best at 126 right now. So I would pick him to win that tournament. To be honest, that dude is so. It's like him and Navarrete they both unorthodox. They do it differently though. Espinoza is more conventional with his, but it's like he's similar to Fondora. If you may think you out of range, but you're not, and he hit your ass with an uppercut and it changed the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I think Espinoza will beat Leo, but Leo is a tough fight too. He's a tough fighter. He's gonna bring that shit, and he's gonna be committed to the body, and that may help him out. But then again, to go to the body, you gotta be close. And Espinoza hits you with one of them elbows and uppercuts at the same time. It might be a wrap for you. But yeah, bro, I want that. I'm with you. Do that shit. You know what I'm saying? That is a tough matchup for Anyway. It would be interesting. Anyway has fought taller guys, but that would be a tough fight for him. Won a pretty penny on Nava last night, bro. I ain't see all the hype on Sugar. Oh yeah, good man. Salute to you, bro. I had Navarrete winning too, but yeah, that's what's up, bro. Good shit, Andre. Salute to you. So yeah, that's what it is. Oh, before I go, yo, I didn't have an opportunity to recap this card last Sunday, so I'm gonna do it real quick. Carissa Shields and Freshan Cruz Azern. I seen Taylor. He got the win. Price Taylor. He got a stoppage win over James Evans. Sam Worthington. I seen her. I seen her story after the fact, but she said, she basically quit. She said God told her to quit against Matisse, so she lost her WBA interim. And then it found out when she had a brain scan, she had a brain bleed. So she quit after the ninth round. So man, that maybe saved her life. So yeah, she lost. I mean, she lost the title, but she got her life. So they found the small brain bleed. So yeah, that's unfortunate. Danielle Perkins had a highlight reel knockout over Shea Canelli to win the light heavyweight title. That was fun. Then we had a scary moment with Joseph George. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? How he was just sitting on the stool and just fell over. That was crazy. That was scary too. Um, but after that, he's okay. Overton, hopefully he get back in the ring like a solid guy at 175. And then Shields and Franchon Cruz. I mean, we knew this was the type of fight that we was gonna get. You know what I'm saying? We knew those ladies was gonna thump. Carissa dominated, too fast, combinations too good, defense was better, and she did what she did. Franchon, look, this was actually a good Franchon though. She probably can still beat some of those other ladies out there that with that performance. It's just she just she can't beat Carissa though, and that's proven. So that's what it is. After the fight, Carissa called out Shadeja Green. That's what the fans want. I'm with that. Say what you want about how you like Carissa, whatever, but she always talked like a fighter. Always talk like a fighter, bro. Always talk like how your favorite fighter, whoever got a favorite fighter, whoever your favorite fighter is, you want your favorite fighter to talk like how she talked, far as like making the biggest and best fights and taking the risks. You know what I'm saying? She called out Shadeja. That's the one. If you did a poll, the fans won't. Look like Shadeja got a fight coming up in May though, so that might not happen till later this year. The biggest fight for her right now is Michaela Mayer, and that shit. I know this is a Michaela Mayer channel. We rock with her, and she the same thing. Like I like how she talk as a fighter. They talking about and they in negotiations to fight at 160. You know what I'm saying? To meet basically in the middle. Let's go. That's a big fight for women's boxing. Both ladies can sell the fight. They friends. We know them. We like boxing fans know them from boxing. Michaela and Carissa. I think that might be next, y'all. I think that might be next. So let's see. Let's see. That's a big fight too. If they can make it happen. So that was my little review. I didn't have a chance to do it. I forgot about it. I think anyway, gets him to the body shot. You think so? Well, he gotta pay that. He gotta pay a strong toll to get in there. I'm not saying he can't do it, but he gotta be careful of what's coming back because that Espinoza dude, yeah. He said, real quick, matchmate Emiliano. He said, former champ. I thought about Richard Comey, Miranda Check. Somebody told me JoJo, but I don't know. I don't know. Who else? Former champ. Lipinets. That's what I'm thinking. But actually, I don't like those fights for him. All those guys are faded. Maybe Cambosis, but Cambosis, I don't know. I want him against you know who, if I was gonna match make his next fight, I'd give him Alfredo Santiago, number 2 in the WBO. I think he's about to climb up. He's like 7 or 6. I would give Emiliano uh that kid right there, Alfredo Santiago. Yes, yep. That was who I would pick for him. Yep. Yeah, he's back. Yeah. That was a good win for him. Salute to him for sure. I spoke on him earlier. Yep. Some my man mentioned. Let me see, can I find it? My man Watson. He mentioned a opponent for him on ProBox. Let me go back up and find that shit. He said that he would like to see Vasquez versus Magdaleno. Where that shit at? On ProBox. He said Vasquez versus Magdaleno. Here you go. He said he can see that fight. I can see it too since he made it clear to me. So yeah, maybe that's the one. They both affiliated with ProBox right now. That'd be actually a good fight. You know what I'm saying? For this stage. Oh, that's a good one too, bro. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, so guys like that, not a faded world champion or something like. Because think about it, he said a former world champion. That's very broad because a lot of it's not gonna be It's not gonna be Teofimo, and it's not gonna be Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. Those are former world champions and still basically pretty much in their prime. If that's what he's talking about, that's dope. But I'm thinking guys like Elvis Rodriguez. What's the other kid that's been inactive, but he's a good fighter? Michelle Rivera, Alfredo Santiago, guys like that. The winner between Ergashev and back what's his name? Jukabaliev. Ergashev and Jukabaliev is fighting in May. What's another kid? Bakhtir Akhmadev. That tough ass fighter that gave Mario Barrios a tough fight. Guys like that, bro. Like no faded guys, yo. No faded guys. Um, look like he did like them body shots. Sure, maybe, man. Let's see. Let's see, bro. Man, it would bust him up, man. Hey, I'd rather see that type of fight than a faded Lipinets. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is you getting out of that? You might as well step back down, fight Bryce Mills. Bryce Mills and him are like the same age. I'd rather see Bryce Mills versus Emiliano now than Emiliano versus any faded world champion. Now, if we talking about former champion like Keyshawn or Teofimo, okay, I respect it, but is they ready to make that fight? And how much will that fight bring to the table? Because those guys gonna want a nice little penny. I'm not sure if they're gonna get that with Emiliano Vargas. No ducking, but DR squad, yes sir. Man, hey, if he a former world champion, hey, I take it. That's a tough fight for him. But if he think he can do what Dalton did, fuck it, bring it. Because look, if you're going to get Matisse, this is the best time to get him. Coming off a knockout loss, we know his defense is trash, but when you have enough to keep him off of you, I mean, hey, let's go, Jose Johnson. Oh shit! Look, Tito Mercado, that's all he fight. Faded fighters. Don't get it twisted now. They basically fighting the same level of competition, asking to fight the same level or whatever, or have been fighting the same level. I think yeah, Tito, look at his resume. He ain't really been fighting a lot of his guys been faded. How many fights away is he from a big fight, you think? I'm gonna say probably about two or three. I think I'm gonna say this year. So if he can get two or three in this year, I think 2027 he can yeah, big fights for Emiliano. He said, y'all playing. He said, would Jermaine Ortiz be too early? You know what? I like that fight, though. I don't think it's too early. Because he getting Jermaine on a good time. Tito versus Sabrina Ortiz to me. Yeah, I'm with that, too. I'm with that. He said, Frank. Shoot. Man, if you said Frank, you might as well say Albright. I'll help you out. Albright. You say Frank, you gotta say Albright too. Shit. Albright is a tough fight for Emiliano. It's look 140. He got a lot of options at 140 if they want to develop him and see what he got. So when he get to that level, then he will pass with flying colors. So 140 is a solid division. Well, you don't have to go to the bottom of the barrel. Like, look, Sandor Martin, what he doing right now? He had a comeback fight in December. Like it's guys at 140. If Emiliano want to get tested, he don't have to fight. Look, just because he's a former world champion, it doesn't mean he have to go fight the most faded former world champion in history. He said Vargas. I think man, I'm with that. I would like. What type of styles has he fought though? Has he fought the southpaw? He fought a crafty guy last night who was tough. But I haven't seen him in with a southpaw. The top guys at 140 is southpaw. You know what I'm saying? My man B3 Picks TV, man, I appreciate that super sticker, bro. Salute to you. Thank you for the support, bro. Yes, sir. 140, it's a lot of guys he can fight. He don't have to settle for just, I'm gonna fight a former world champion. Because we seen how Lipinets look in his last couple of fights. Uh, we ain't seen Comey, because I think he had a fight under the radar. He had a fight fell through with Albright, but maybe that's I don't know, bro. I'd much rather see a former world champion just probably like just lost was in their prime. Not nobody, not nobody that's faded. Oh yeah, 135. Yeah, man. Yeah, this kid need to be active. Like real talk, he should be fighting Renee Tellis. He should be fighting like the guy too talented to be fighting these type of opponents. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Oh, hold on, I missed one. I missed one." Uh, it'd be fun. Vargas versus Zam. Yeah, it would be. Yeah. Adam Zam, he's gonna reschedule his fight with Gustavo Limos. That's another one. That's another guy that would kind of help Vargas in his development. Vargas and Azam is probably close to the same level, so that would be a good fight. I missed one. I wouldn't put him in there with Sandor Martin. That is a tricky fight. I would tricky fight. But he got to get used to those styles because who at the top of the division? If he got aspirations of fighting the top guy, he got to know how to navigate that boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? Vargas versus Comey. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm not. I'm not. No, I don't know where Comey is at right now in his career. I think he's a little faded, but with the name recognition, maybe. That's what I'm saying. He need to be fighting guys like that. Tough, Carmel, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's the most overhyped, underseen prospect in history. Like we get mad, like we get a lot of content about Carmel, but you rarely get a full fight of Carmel. That dude been fighting. He got more fights on IG Live than he got actually on regular TV or a streaming service. You know what I'm saying? We need to see more of him. Like, yeah, he can fight on the Pacquiao and Mayweather card in September. But he should, like, real talk, let's be honest. Carmel should have two more fights before that. You know what I'm saying? If he's gonna fight that same level of competition, he should fight on he look, real talk, he should be fighting on March 28th on the Fundora Thurman card. Put him on the prelims. Uh then he should turn right back around and fight on the prelims of Benavidez and Zerto, and then he can chill and wait till September. He should be active, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said he looked better against the level of competition than Zay Quinn. Of course, I think Zay Quinn is gonna be a tough matchup for him, but oh man, I like Carmel though. You can tell he's very talented. He's gonna be a star. It's just his promotion been trash. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like his actual promoter getting him fights and stuff like that. Him as what he been doing as a like social media and shit, dope. He got that. But we need like okay, you're on social media. We need to see you fight because your selling point is your fight. So if he was after his knockout last night, if he would get on social media and went crazy, it's going to hit better because he just like a lot of casual fans that follow him on social media, they just see him knock out somebody, then he get on there talking shit. So it go hand in hand. So yeah, that's why I would advise a fighter, bro. As soon as you fight, you have a highlight reel knockout, bro. You think on every platform. He needs to be on the. He needs to be on the Mayweather. Oh yeah, that too. Yep. That too. That too. You right. You right. I with that too. I forgot about that one, but yeah, at least 3 times. Man, real talk. He probably should be like 16, 17 and 0 right now. You think Vargas and Anthony Cooper would be a solid fight? Yeah, that would be well. I think he surpassed that level, but it would be. Cuba, is he campaigning at 140? I know he got a fight coming up. That's a solid fight. Cuba is tough. I wouldn't mind saying that. That's a good fight. Oh yeah, I hope the Japanese don't scrap Hiroka. Dude is talented. Yeah, Hiroka proved a lot, showed a lot. Man, I wonder how. I really do think, bro. If if he would have did a little bit more in those first 4 rounds, he would have got the win. Because you can make a case that he kind of dominated Antoine down the stretch. And Antoine wasn't take those body shots were slowing him down. Man, he need another opportunity. Vargas should call him out. And Hirako he's gonna be a tough out. Yeah, he's gonna be tough. All right, y'all. That's it for me. Salute to everybody coming through the building though. He said did Hiroko win? Get it a buck. I thought no, I thought Antoine won. But I was saying those early rounds that he's kind of just won't doing much. If he would have won some of those early rounds, maybe like 2 of the first 5, he would have opportunity to win that fight down the stretch. Because I thought he definitely picked it up in the back half of the fight. And Antoine was having a lot of issues with the body work. I thought Antoine won. No, I thought he won. Yeah, I thought he won. No, I'm with you on that. I thought he won. The body shots was wicked. No, they was. Do you think Frank Martin and Tito will actually fight? Not next, because Frank Martin gotta go clean up that Albright shit. Like he making a lot of promises. Like he said, if he get past If he get past Albright, he'll take that fight with Tito. He didn't get past Albright. Then he said he want to run it back with Albright. So I don't think that might be next. Maybe down the line. But yeah, they need to get Tito Mercado some fights. You know what I'm saying? They need to get him some fights. They might have to overpay for him because he's a tough. Tito is a tough fight, a tough matchup for a lot of these guys. He can punch with both hands, and he's tall, rangy. Got you know what I'm saying? He can box. Tito is a tough out now. He's gonna give some guys some tough fights. But yeah, yeah, that's what it is, man. Salute to everybody coming through the building, though. I appreciate the time. We'll be back tomorrow. We got the WBA rankings. We're gonna cover those. Um, then Tuesday we got the pregame show. We're gonna talk about the upcoming fight week. We in March now. You know what I'm saying? So like the year going by super quick. But we're gonna touch bases on everything and make sure everybody's informed with this boxing shit, where to watch the fights and all that good stuff. We might get the IBF rankings this week, maybe even the WBO. So whenever they drop, with that we're gonna do a live on those rankings just to cover them, see what we got. So that's what it is, man. I enjoy this. Salute to everybody coming through the building. I appreciate the time, and I'm out.